Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, you can't, because otherwise, like you say, you'll never know, wouldn't you? You never know what possibilities. And I've also, and I will say, I was going to say though, is like, I'm trying to consciously be like that and push yourself a bit more. And it is hard, like, I will admit, because like sometimes I got the tendency to struggle to keep pushing yourself. It's quite hard sometimes. You get quite cautious to, especially like for me, example in the marketing bit, it's like I want to push to grow and become a better level and get more reach and get to a higher class of clientele and stuff. And you want to push yourself, and it's like having the faith a little bit to just go to the big show. Cause I've got like a lot of things in my head at the moment. Right, how I need to push to get to the next level, and you're like, it's like I'm almost prepping myself all the time. I'm constantly not trying to like sandbag, ready for it. Getting waiting for this like leap to happen. And then obviously this COVID thing, I'm like, right, I can get all the guys, things happen. Then COVID, I was like, oh god damn it, this is where. So I'm constantly feel like I've always been like just prepping myself and waiting for this big kind of like leap to the world a little bit more, like some big shows are going to do. And like that is one bit with me, wise I need to realize to push yourself to just go for it sometimes. Like I've been working up towards work wise. It's like, yeah, you want to, yeah, that's still all I can say. I'm an issue as well. I know doing well so far, but it can still can get these lingering things. So, like I say, it keeps me going to think. No, I know I want to be my end goal. I want to be over there, the higher earning bit. So that keeps you that fire in you to go. Well, I'm not there yet. You always want this to reach this next height, really. So I always wonder, like, I always wonder that, like, I no offense to people who like, want to, if they just want to do the, Monday, Friday job and seem to be happy and do it. Because there's a lot of people out there just maybe want that kind of life. And I just think sometimes I feel a bit bad when I'm like, oh, why you should have a bit more of an ambition to do this, or you should do this, or, push yourself. At the same time, if you're happy doing, if you enjoy what you're doing, though, I don't think there's no pressure. I feel there's so much less depression in your head, less mental issues, less, and yeah, there's lots of, yeah, as long as you're doing something what you're happy with, that's, I mean, because there is a lot of stress, like say, if you don't, with self-employed stuff and doing something business, your own business, there's a lot of stresses, obviously. So if that puts a lot of people off and puts strain on yourself, then like I say, do something else. It's just doing that thing that's happy. Like, I mean, I could have easily done just become a blacksmith for apprentice. I could have gone down that route. And as long as I'm still making stuff like that, and all the worries of being a business owner and all that lot are out of my hands. It's the employer's, issue. So it could, there are that kind of routes, but I still would have been happy. I think. But at the same time, me, I've got this bit of ego. I want to have my name out there and be, top dollar, sculptor. So, but yeah, so I don't know if that helps answer your question.
No, it does. It does. I was just thinking that like artistic behavior and things of that nature, anything, when people, because I don't know if everyone's like this, but I know I am for sure, is like sometimes I'll have an idea about something and I'll be laying in bed and like I toss and turn all night because I'm thinking about that one idea, or that idea spurs into 10 ideas, And so one of the things I always say is that like, don't run from those ideas. But I think a lot of people are afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of losing something secure that they have. I mean, I'm the same way. One of the things that I'm struggling with right now is balancing. Not only my girlfriend lives at home and I'm in a different state, going to school, playing football, having a show, and being I'm a straight A student. So like those are 5 major things that take over my life. Not to mention I'm religious, my family, I have a lot of things that I'm balancing, but I'm trying to do my best at it. And one of the things I'm struggling with is, what are my priorities? I have these 10 things, these 7 to 10 things that are like really, truly important to me. But what is number 1 on that list?
Yeah.
And what is number 7? And the problem is at any given time, any of them can feel like 1 and any of them can feel like 7, And so I think one of the biggest things you can do, especially if you're young, is, make sure you have your priorities in check. What do you want to do? And then where does that fall on the line? Because say let me give you an example. Let's say that I wanted to make this podcast my end goal, right? Let's say that this is what I want to do for a living. But on my list of my priorities, it's number 7. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not putting
Yeah.
enough time into it. You're not grinding for what you want. If it's the 7th most important thing to you, you're not going to make it the number 1 thing. It's got to be 1 or 2 after family or loved ones. You know, it's got to be something you strive for. And if it's not, you know, you got to be ready to understand that you're not going to get it. But I think for hobbies and things like that, if you have an idea, just start it. You know, it doesn't have to be number 1. It just has to be number 1 if you want to do that for a career. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I
I definitely get you.
yeah.
I definitely get you. Because I'd say I relate a little bit is because I had a lot of things in my mind. Like I was like, oh, I wanted to go down do painting. I wanted to do this type of sculpture work. I wanted to do design work, and I was trying to like do them all at once. And like, because I wanted to be like known as being super creative. But like, anything I can turn my hand to, I can be creative. And it's like, same time, it's like when you look at that, it's like, and I was like looking at all this, like getting nowhere, and thinking like, why is this not working out? It's not working out. And also on my social media channels, I had a bit of everything, you know, a bit of painting in there, a bit of the, you know, the lighting bit and other big sculpture work. And it's like when I look at it, I'm thinking, if I looked at it like as an observer, like you know, someone else looking at it, I'm thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? You know, it would be like, what the hell? What's going on here? You don't know what he got. Like say, he doesn't got no career path. It looks like he's got no direction. He's got no kind of like thought about where he's going to go really. So I remember thinking, right, I need to just, you know, focus on one, like say, and focus on what your real passions are. And so when I realized, and I had that hard down sit to yourself, I thought, right, be a sculptor. Be a sculptor. That's what I did. And I thought, right, that's what the biggest one I want to do. It's that. And how am I going to make that happen? Like say, and so it's exactly so with your podcast, like, you know, you've had this idea, you want to do it, you need that, and then it's just burn that itch, and if it doesn't work, then you can like say, you've done it. But if you'll never know until you start doing it. And but also the thing I was going to say though is you've got to keep and not get daunted by the because it's always think when it's your idea, it's so precious, and you can get quite sensitive to whenever you know what I mean. It's when it's your, like for me, whenever anyone talks about your business or your outreach, so like it's hard to not be too sensitive to it when someone says something about it, or when you must find in the early days when you feel, oh, what the hell are you doing this for? You know, or you know what I mean, and you try to make it able to do it. Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't need any of that anyway. You've already got enough of them bloody demons in your head